friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind Creation Miss Couture. And today we are going to do a color inspired by the book cover of a book that I just recently read. It's Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire, which is written by Don Martin. This is a young adult book where the setting is in the Appalachian Mountains. It's a witch, so I really like this. I feel like it's very comforting and it's adorable, and you should read it. I will have the book in the description box if you're interested. There's a cover of the book, and I just thought that we should try to do yarn inspired by those. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I've been reading Verity Vox and A Curse of Foxfire, and I absolutely adore it. And I think that the cover of the book is absolutely adorable. So let's make yarn inspired by it. So I already selected the 4 colors I'm going to be working with. So we can see in the background that we have some dark gray, and we have all this like teal colors, and we have all this beautiful yellowy orange burnt, and we have a cat, which I adore. So we might be doing some speckling, and we have those cute lilac flowers over here. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because it's like the setting is in the Appalachian Mountains. And fun fact for my American friends, we have the same mountains back home in Quebec. So the Appalachia goes right up in, like, it crosses the borders and it goes into the province of Quebec. And my grandmother when she was alive, she was living in that area. So I just wanted to, I don't know, I've been feeling nostalgic. So what we're going to be working with is honey mustard, silver gray, lilac, and teal green. So those are the 4 colors from Dharma trading code that we're going to be using. And I'm going to be doing my stock solution. What is the stock solution? It is the liquid form of your dry powder. So we're going to be mixing the dry powder with water, and that is going to be our stock solution. And after that, we're going to go into our pan. So before we do anything, please make sure that you're wearing a respirator that will prevent you from breathing any fine particles, because we only have 1 pair of lungs, so please protect them. Okay. Okay. There we go. So what we're going to do first is make sure that our scale is at 0. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do this. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to be adding the water. There we go. Okay, so now that we have the dry powder completely soaked, we can, and this is the author, Don Martin. This is it's not just a random person. So our stock solution are done. We're going to go into the pan to be working the colors. So see you there. So I'm only going to be doing 2 skeins of yarn. Because this is just a color for fun. I'm most likely not going to be selling the color. So for citric acid wise, rule of thumb is 1 teaspoon per skein. That's what we've come to the conclusion a while back. So I'm going to be adding 2 cups of tap water in here, and we're going to be adding our first color. There we go. Okay, so this is good. I need my spoon. Okay. And I'm using my 100% superwash merino unworsted weight. And now we turn on the heat, and I'm going to let this for about 10 minutes for all the color to strike the yarn, and we're going to come back for the next layer of color. Okay, so that's good. Let's add the second layer of color for this. So I still have a bit of yellow in here, but I'm not too worried about that for now. It's also one of the reasons I wanted the yellow to be the first color, because it takes a little longer sometimes for the color to strike. So if it's the first one to be in, it means that we're going to be able to give it more time to strike the yarn and properly that. So, and also that way, with the layer of colors we're going to be adding onto the yellow, we're going to be able to create more of those secondary colors that we could see on the cover of the book. Unfortunately, don't have my book here with me. It's somewhere upstairs. I don't know where, somewhere in my mess. So I'm going to be waiting for another 10 minutes for those color to strike, and we're going to come back for the third layer of color. But since I see a whole lot of bubbles here, I'm just going to turn the volume, lower a little bit the intensity of the heat. So see, the yellow that was in the color in the water is already going more places now. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, woohoo, we are good. So let's add the third color. So the third layer of color. And also sometimes it's nice to have a color like the first yellow that I've used, because it takes a little bit longer to fully strike the yarn. It means also that it will have a better coverage of your yarn in the end. So those are things to keep in mind. Here we go. One. And we're going to do the second one. And we almost have the ace. The ace flag here. Cute. Like it. Okay, so I'm going to wait another 10 to 15 minutes and we're going to come back. Okay, what do we look like now? Still a bit of the purple. Okay, I'm going to wait maybe 2 minutes and we should be fine. So I will be back. Okay. It's good enough. Perfect. Let's do the last layer. So my apologies, friends. Turns out that I ran out of battery in the camera. So what I was saying, I don't know if I cut it, we shall see, is that I felt like it was missing the burnt orange from the cover of the book. So I'm very happy to say that we have plenty of room to add more color. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be adding some burnt orange over here because I really like the yellow and all of that, but we need orange. So I'm going to wear my respirator because we're going to be speckling. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's good. Alright, so we're going to let this cook for about half an hour now, and we're gonna come back and turn it off. So see you in a bit. Okay, so we are good. So I just want to touch point about, I know I said I was peckling, but I just ended up smooshing the dye over here because I felt like this is the effect I was going for rather than actual speckles. So I just turned off the heat. We're going to let it completely cool off before we're going to be washing off the excess dye. So see you in a bit. Okay, so for the Verity Vox color, I'm fairly certain that we are going to experience some form of bleeding just because I used that orange at the end. So I will mentally prepare myself, and I can see here in the pan that we have some orange over there. So I'm just going to prepare myself mentally to be working a little bit harder on those because of the color I've chosen to use. So I will let it soak for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we're going to come back and we're going to see what it looks like. Okay, let's see what we have. Yes, so I was expecting this. I'm not surprised. I am not worried. Okay, so we're going to do a second soak, and we're going to be back in 10 minutes to see where we are at. Okay, let's see where we are. And we're good. So this was less tedious than what I was expecting. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my spin dryer, remove all excess water, and we are going to let it dry overnight and see the result tomorrow. And here's the final result of the yarn inspired by Verity Vox and the Curse of Foxfire by Don Martin. I think I did a really good job. I think I'm spot on. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and like I was right to add the orange last minute because you can see over here and there that it really ties up the whole color. Like, I don't know who did the cover of this book, but color-wise, I think they did a really fantastic job of balancing the colors. Yeah, they really did a good job. And I'm super happy because it's very subtle, but we still have those little hint of the purple, like the little flowers over here. And I think I'm happy I didn't do this speckle that I was mentioning when I was working on this. I know it's surprising coming from me because I really love a good speckle, but I honestly think we didn't need it. So it's very exciting. I really like the moody fall, autumn vibes that it's giving. So I'm super excited. So I hope you've liked the video. If you did, please consider sharing, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye!